Fieldhouse here, getting ready for the start of tonight's game. Let's run down starting lineups for the River Falls Falcons, coached by Jeff Burkhoff again. 6'3" junior Logan Jabwadney out of Appleton and Kaukauna High School. 6'7" senior Marshall Holland from Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Also in the starting lineup, 6'3" senior Noah Hansen out of Eau Claire North. 6'3" junior Zach Johnson, who is from River Falls. You heard Coach talk about him, the D2 transfer. 6'8" sophomore Jack Leifker out of Blaine, Minnesota. For our pointers tonight, it'll be 6'5" junior Malik Abdul Wahid from Brookfield Central. 6'5" freshman Seth Myron, he's from Appleton and Kimberly High School. 6'8" freshman Cal Crone from Waukesha West. 6'1" junior Darius Bolden from Glendale Nicolay, and 6'2" freshman Josiah Butler from Appleton and Fox Valley Lutheran. The pointers obviously coached by the man you just heard about 10 minutes from, Kent Dernbach. John, you're on your home court.
Yep.
Have to find a way.
Well, and this is going to be a tough one. This is a really good River Falls team playing their best basketball of the season. Scotty, not unlike River Falls teams for many, many years, there were 13 players on their roster from the state of Minnesota.
Yep.
And I was thinking, I'm not sure there's 13 players on the rest of the rosters from Minnesota.
Well, Stout
Combined.
and Eau Claire
Yeah.
have been getting some Minnesota
their
kids.
share,
so,
right?
yeah.
But River Falls, and why not? I mean, let's face it, the Twin Cities, absolute hotbed of great basketball, right?
That's for sure. Crone will jump center against Leifker. We'll get this thing started. Not a huge crowd, but we've got a fair sprinkling of fans here on a very cold night. Opening tip controlled by the Falcons. Holland gets it into the hands here of Johnson. Johnson against Butler. Left side, it'll go there to Jed Wabney. Back on top, Holland. One bounce and gives it up on the left wing down to the corner. They'll look into the post, sliding inside against Crone. And then Cal tied him up. Nice job by Big Cal. Boy, he's come to play, huh?
He has. Leifker just didn't really handle that ball very well, trying to make a move on the baseline, and Cal was able to find the basketball and tie him up.
So Stevens Point will get an opportunity here. Butler up on top. It'll go to Crone. Over to Bolden on the right side. Darius started to move to the baseline. Takes it into the lane. Dishes back out to Myron. Almost thought Darius could have gone in for the layup. Crone with it on the baseline. Sneaks in. Gets pinned down. Goes up. Can't hit the shot. Rebound pulled down by Point. Kick out. Over it'll go. Left corner. Myron's three is going to come up way short. And the Falcons have it.
Great closeout by Marshall Holland.
Yep. Johnson front court with the dribble against Butler. Off it'll go to Holland into the right corner. They'll work it down there on top and over to the left wing. With it is Johnson. Johnson to the free throw line. Gets rid of it to Hansen. In deep it'll go again. Leifker in against Crone. Puts it up and gets it to drop.
Well, that time Leifker got the better of it, right?
Yep.
One
He
for
got
two.
in a little deeper that time. Kick to the corner, open, Malik in and out with the three, tipped out long. Point will go back and get it. Butler into the lane, down the lane, to the basket, he'll score.
He almost lost it on the whip, Scott. He usually does a little bit of a spin off the board. That time, almost lost it.
Josiah does a pretty darn good job of protecting the ball when he drives to the basket with his body.
Yep.
So guys can't block it a lot. I mean, it happens once in a while. Baseline pull-up jumper, left it short. And Butler with a rebound off the miss by Johnson.
Wide open shot. The defense fell away from Johnson.
Butler, out to Bolden for three. Count it!
Scotty, Darius is 65% from behind the arc this year.
Let's get him the ball out there a little more,
moly, right?
It'll go on top here to Jed Wabney. Into the hands of Hansen. Hansen off the high screen, now switched off on Crone. Back out, got a mismatch in the post right now. Ball tipped away. They'll come back up with it. Jed Wabney off on the left wing. He's got Myron on him. Turnaround jumper, airmailed out of bounds.
And they're going to get a foul on the backside here.
And it's going to go on Malik.
Boy, they shoot an air ball. We got the inside position and draw a foul.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate there for Malik.
5-2 Stevens Point lead, 17:28 to go.
That's a ball you really wanted to get.
That's for sure. Johnson inbounding off the baseline, lobs it to the corner to Leifker. Right back to Johnson cutting in. Backs it out now. Nice job cutting him off. Hansen down the lane, stolen away. Darius. Butler to his left. Darius. Well, Darius slowed down and instead of taking it hard to the basket, nearly turned it over here.
Very un-Darius-like.
Yeah.
I mean, at the free throw line, Scotty had already made up his mind before then that he was not going to go all the way in, and he just showed his hand way too soon.
Yeah, he had a guy coming. But, boy, take it in and hopefully, if nothing else, draw the foul out on top to Butler. Easy for us. Huh?
Well, that's usually one he does try to finish.
Butler, fadeaway three, bounces off, no. Myron Bowards puts it up and in.
Well, in the middle of three Falcons, and Seth able to get the ball.
7 2-pointers.
Second chance opportunity, so important in basketball.
That is a fact. Out on the left wing, Holland with it. Gives it up on top. Jed Wobney off the screen from Leifker. Back it'll go on top here to Johnson. Left side in deep. Leifker backing in against Crone. Double team, triple team, popped away, picked up by Bolden. Darius 3-on-2, front court. Right wing, Myron, and
traveled.
They say he traveled with the ball. 16:35 to go. That's a breakout that you didn't take advantage of.
We had a 3-on-2, got nothing out of it twice now.
Garrett, Hanstrom out of Mora, Minnesota,
Darius
into the ball
was
game.
Out of control a few times at Eau Claire. It's almost like he's trying to go the opposite way.
Yep. Hansen on top for River Falls, point up by 5. A 3 on the way, in and out, no. Rebound tip from Crone over to Myron. Up it'll come with Butler. Nice job, long cross court, Bolden. Down to the baseline, Malik. Slides toward the lane, back to Darius, launches a 3 off the rim. Rebound inside Holland. Quickly up, they've got a man beating everybody down, and we lost Hanstrom.
The only guy there was Darius Bolden, who just at his 6'1" height couldn't get up there.
Yeah, and he was late to the party. Butler over to the right wing now. Stevens Point up by 3. Josiah down to the right corner, gives it up to Myron, swing it around to the left side of the floor. Bolden attacks off the screen from Crone, bounces into Cal, he'll lay it up and in.
What a gorgeous assist by Darius Bolden.
9-4.
Coach Dernbach employing his players to get back on D.
Johnson brings it, front court goes left wing. Pointers up by 5 here. Hanstrom into the lane, down the lane, ball pops free, picked up by Myron.
Well, our shell defense has been pretty good so far.
Butler into the front court, working out on the right side, gets the screen from Crone. Long cross court into the corner, Malik. Smooth will get it back to Bolden. Darius walks it over the top of the circle, into the lane, down the lane.
What do they got?
And a screening foul on Cal.
That's what they're going to get. His first.
And the second on the pointers, and immediate timeout. 15:06 to go in the opening half. Stevens Point 9, River Falls 4. We're back in 1 minute. Pointers basketball, WPCN. Note 6 to go here, opening half. Pointers with a 5-point lead, John.
River Falls, their own worst enemy early, Scotty. They've had 4 turnovers, and we've had 5 more shots because of that.
Ched Wobney over to the left wing, up on top. It'll go there into the hands of Hanstrom. Deep on the left side, rim off, no, and the rebound, oh boy. Well,
two
you
guys-
can't complain. You had
Nope.
2 pointers go for it, and they bumped each other out of bounds.
We say that all the time, right? We'd rather have 2 guys fighting over it than everybody watching it.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
That's the case right there.
Yeah.
River will inbound off the missed shot. Hunstrom in the right corner. And he stepped out of bounds off the exchange.
Boy,
Johnson did.
We have seen that more this year than I think any year we've ever watched. Guys stepping out
swear.
of bounds on the
Yeah.
sidelines.
I just have never seen it.
At least once a game and sometimes 2 or 3.
It just seems odd to me. But here comes Butler into the front court off to Genrick. Ryan to Malik. Back over. Butler, crossover dribble into the lane. Stops at the line. Off it'll go to Gilly. Josiah backs down. Nice spin move. He'll score.
That's his patented move. He kind of gets that left hooked elbow out and locks you in.
11-4 is your score. Johnson. Off it'll go. Hunstrom. Back over Johnson. Almost stolen away by Genrick. Into the lane. Got tied down. Tosses it out to Jed Wabney against Butler. Jed Wabney working dribble. Sends it back on top now to Johnson. Johnson will lift the 3 off the rim short. River with the rebound, put back, and it is good.
Yeah, that's a long rebound from that long 3, but we just didn't react to it. We needed to get to that ball.
Noah Hansen, I think, had the basket.
Yep.
11-6, Stevens Point up by 5. Butler goes on top to Genrick. Swing it left, Myron down to the baseline. Seth trying to back his way in. Gets into the lane, a little up and under, had the ball stripped away, got it down too low that time. Jed Wabney up the left side, gives it back out to Hansen. Hansen fumbled it, but got it back. Back over Jed Wabney, looking at Hunstrom in the post. They'll go out on top now to Johnson. Over, this is Hansen. Across the way, another 3, off the rim, no. Nice box out by Butler, and a foul over the back on Hunstrom.
Good box out for sure.
Very
Aaron
nice.
Hunstrom with the foul, 6'7", out of Mora, Minnesota. Just a sophomore.
Jake Buchanan, and good to see Logan Bumgartner back in.
I've been, about 3 weeks since we've
Roughly
been without Mr.
It was right around
Bumgartner.
Christmas,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
On Christmas break. In fact, just before Christmas.
Good to see him back.
Yeah, for sure. Jake Buchanan into the front court for Stevens Point. Right side, Bumgartner. Logan gives it back out to Buchanan. Down to the left side, it'll go to Josiah. Gilly fakes the shot, and he traveled.
He did.
Yep, he jumped before he put the ball down.
He sure did.
Paper City Savings, proud supporter of our community locations in Plover, Wisconsin, Rapids, and Nakusa.
The look on Josiah's face at the official. No, I didn't. It's like, you know what, Josiah? Yes, you did.
Johnson over to the right side. Jed Wabney looking into Hunstrom in the post. Can't go. Into the game, Logan Benson, by the way, for River, and he'll launch a 3 off the rim. No, well, they're a little cold to start. They've had open looks.
They have.
Genrick up the right wing, takes it down to the corner, comes back. Up on top to Butler, swing it quickly, left side. Buchanan dribbles high. Butler into the lane, kick out. Buchanan passes it up. Ball tipped away. Genrick tracks it down. Back to Buchanan. Butler on the left side, 10 on the clock. Into the lane, down the lane. Got his shot partially blocked.
Yeah.
Got in deep.
On
Here
the
they
way
come.
up.
Hansen underneath. Hobstrom couldn't handle it. It went out of bounds. Pointer basketball.
Another turnover against River Falls.
Wow.
Good defensive play on that attack of the basket by us. I'm not sure. Was it Benson who got a hand on that? Got it on the way up.
Yep. 12-16 to go in the half. Pointers by 5. Had a 7-point lead. Buchanan will push it into the front court. Coach barking out some signals
Not
here.
real happy with the pace and the flow of this offense right now.
Butler, top of the circle, back over to Genrick. A lot of perimeter passing at the moment. Butler wants a triple. Airmailed that thing and straight out of bounds.
It's unusual for Josiah.
Yeah.
He's a 47% three-point shooter, and boy, that one was not close.
Nope.
Both teams struggle a little bit shooting early, Scotty.
Johnson, front court for River. River in their road reds, pointers in the home golds, if you will. Leifger off on the wing. Johnson push back, 3-ball, and he buried it.
Wow, that was offensive
Lot
foul.
of push.
I hate to say it, but that was an offensive foul. Right hand just pushed him away.
11-9, Stevens Point up by 2. It'll go to Buchanan into the right corner. Genrick Looked at it now, a bad turnover.
Boy.
Jed Wobney breakout to the other end. He'll tie the ball game.
You turn it over up front, you're giving to the other end. That's just sloppy basketball.
Yep. Didn't make a pass. He kind of flipped it to somebody, and Jed Wobney said thank you. So that's 7 in a row now for River. Baumgartner, Gilly into the hands of Buchanan, got slapped without a call. Gilly on the wing. Josiah trying to back it in deep. Here comes the double team, got rid of it. Out high to Butler to the free throw line. Nice cut underneath, and then Baumgartner couldn't handle the pass. Would have been an easy 2, lost it out of bounds.
We did everything right except catch the ball.
Yep. Made a great cut and a very good pass, and poor Logan fumbled it away.
Well, struggling a little bit on the offensive end. Okay, maybe a lot in the last few minutes since the media break, Scotty. At 15:06, we've scored
we
by 2.
apologize for the media break then, right? Tied at 11, here we go. Johnson up front with it. Takes it over the top of the circle, down the left of the lane, inside, no. And a late whistle and foul.
On who?
And it's on Darius Bolden. Huh. It's just weird how whistles come so late. Jacob Butler out of Minneapolis into the ball game for the Falcons.
Yeah, we'll have to watch this, but that wasn't as blatant. But that time on the drive, Zach Johnson used that right hand one more time to push. It actually, it's okay to be up, but not to actually push.
Well, River regains the lead. That is 8 points in a row. He'll try to make it 9 in a row for the Falcons, and he got it.
The left-hander, great shooter.
The left-hander, push-off guy. 13-11, River Falls. Bolden.
Hey, you know what? If you get away with it, all the better.
I guess so. Buchanan launches a 3 off the rim. No, it was perfect and a little short. Here comes Johnson. Boy, we've gone cold.
Yeah.
Over the top of the circle, Johnson to the line, kick out on the wing. A 3 on the way, that's off the mark. Bolden with a rebound for Stevens Point. Butler with the miss. Down to the other end. Malik goes in to dunk it, and he is fouled.
Well, we'll get to the line, see if we get a couple there. That's always a good thing if you're really struggling scoring. See if you can't get to the foul line.
Lee Ayers Jewelers providing custom design jewelry, free custom design consultations, as well as jewelry repair where dreams are made. Good luck to the pointers from Lee Ayers Jewelers. Malik makes good on the first into the game for Stevens Point. Will come our new player, Casey Verhagen out of Sheboygan Lutheran. 6'1" freshman.
By way of Northern Michigan University, a D2 transfer. Malik is 70% free throw shooter.
And made 1 out of 2. I blame you on that.
Well, I should have kept my mouth. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Johnson right side gives it up on top now. Jake Reek is into the ball game. Gets it off to Butler. Swing it right. Johnson again. Into the lane. Past Darius. Down the lane. Scooping layup. He got it.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to go left. And at the rim, actually bent back to his right. Great body control, right-hand finish.
River with its largest lead at 3. Bolden, Malik down low. Puts it off the glass. No. Rebound. Leifger. Leifger, front court, Johnson. Johnson stops at the arc against Buchanan over the top of the circle. Gives back on the left wing. Pinned down, they'll go to the corner and deep along the left side of the lane. Backing his way in, turn, jump hook, and that one will drop in for Leifger. And a whistle.
We're going to get a foul after the shot. I think they'll count the basket.
Looks like it. It'll be on Logan Benson. And Stevens Point finds itself down by 5 all of a sudden. Gone ice cold.
And we took it. Did we take the timeout?
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe
pretty sure.
Did. Yep.
30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 9:36 to go here in the opening half. And Stevens Point went from 11-4 up to 17-12 down.
Yeah, that's just about 13-1, right?
I think your math is still pretty good.
Fastball, a game of runs. It means you're getting defensive stops when you're able to go out 13-1.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Pointers can get that offense turned back on. The final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing River 17-12. Final score, Sports Bar and Grill, corner of 2nd and Maria, Stevens Point. They have all of your game day needs, or you can stop at the OT Tavern right next door for a little something extra.
Well, let's see if we can figure something out here.
Well, you've got your starting 5 minus 1 back out on the floor right now. Seth Myron out and Verhagen in.
So essentially 6 minutes with a single point.
Bolden to the free throw lane, got it off to Cal, backs his way in, now pinned down, has to make a move, tosses it up short. Rebound fought for on the floor. Butler came up with it for point and then a timeout.
Yeah,
but that is going to be a second timeout. I don't know that you wanted to have to burn here.
Yeah, I think we'll use a 30 here, I would think.
Looks like it'll be a 30. You're correct on that. And again, we will stay right here.
Cal had to take that shot, Scotty, because he knew that 3-second count was just about to go off, and he didn't see anybody to get past to, so he just threw one at the basket. We're fortunate to get it back in a timeout situation.
Our women, of course, over at River Falls will try to keep pace with that. Platteville tonight, tough game for them down at Whitewater. We're talking back on the men's side right now. Lacrosse over at Oshkosh and Eau Claire at Stout. That Lacrosse-Oshkosh game, really interesting. Oshkosh 0-4.
Yeah, I haven't
right
seen
now.
that in a million years. And your Milwaukee Bucks down 24 in Cleveland.
Yeah, well, again, Giannis not playing tonight, so that affects that a little bit.
That's
17-12. Verhagen will inbound, gets it to the corner to Josiah Butler. Bolden over to the right side, Verhagen. Crossover dribble, runs baseline, gets inside, shot block, got it back. Kicks it out to Malik, over to the left corner to Bolden. Bolden, spin move into the lane, kicks it out. Verhagen fakes the three, and they say he traveled.
Yeah, he needed to shoot that, Scotty.
Yeah.
That needed to be a catch and shoot in that shot clock situation, I do believe. He's a kid now, Verhagen. Scored over 2,200 points at Sheboygan Lutheran, so.
Got to get a stop here. You can't fall farther behind. Johnson gives it up on the right side into the hands of Benson. Ball stolen away by Verhagen. Crosses over the timeline, gives it off on the right side, keeps his dribble up into the corner. It'll go to Malik. Stops and bounces it to Bolden. Darius almost traveled. Gets down the lane, can't get a shot off. Throws it over to Verhagen and out of bounds. We are way out of sync.
Boy, we just have no idea where a shot's
a lot of one-on-one right now.
Yeah, a lot of dribbling.
Ball's got to move a little bit.
Well, give River Falls credit. Yeah. Their defense has stymied us for going on 7 minutes.
Johnson up high. Left side dribble, lobs it across the way. Catch, shoot, three, that's offline. Who's going to board it? Loose underneath. Darius comes out of there with it. 5-on-4 up to Verhagen, into the lane, gives to the right wing. Butler, no shot available. River really closing out on shooters. Darius kicks to the corner. Smooth for three, off the rim, no. Tipped out long, it'll go into the hands of Butler of River Falls. Back to Johnson, front court, you're down by 5. Johnson down the right of the lane, into the corner. Now deep inside, Leifger nearly traveled, got tied up. And a foul on Verhagen.
Probably a good foul, Scotty, because the big guy was just right under the basket. If he ever secured that basketball, that was just going to be an easy 2. So if there is such a thing as a good foul, I would call that one.
7:56. Well, the last media timeout, things went wrong. Maybe after this media timeout, things will pick up. River 17.12. Back in 30 seconds. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN. Plan your before or after game get-togethers. Final score, second to Maria Stevens Point.
Boy, Scotty, 5 of 17 shooting and 8 turnovers. That's a recipe for not scoring much, and we haven't. We're really, in a sense, as bad as this has been for us, fortunate to be down 5.
Yeah, at the moment,
you know,
anyway.
River Falls was going at any kind of a pace themselves, we'd really be in trouble.
Tyler Curvey in for River, and he'll lob it in. Just got it in to Micah Thompson. They're deep into their roster again. A little bit older squad. Curvey up on top against Butler, working right side. He's a load, isn't he?
He's a big kid.
Curvey's a big young guy. Off on the wing it'll go with the dribble here is Hansen. Tried to go inside, stolen by Smooth. Into the front court, bounces it off. Myron to the glass, didn't hit it. And a blocking foul.
Well, we'll get to
Should
the foul
be
line.
2.
That's the only offense we've had in 7 minutes, Scotty. Going on 8 minutes is going to the foul line.
Yeah, we haven't gone to the basket strong, though, John.
No.
Even that was kind of a,
slow motion.
excuse me, I'm coming in at you kind of thing, in my opinion.
We just seem to be a step slow, right?
Well, that might be it.
Almost Badger-like last night.
Myron gets the first. That foul, by the way, was whistled on Holland. That's his first. And the fourth on the Falcons. Seth needs the second, and he left it short. Rebound, put back. Josiah Gilly couldn't get it to
Boy,
go.
right off the missed free throw. Could have used that one.
That's for sure. It'll go up on top with it as Holland. Gives back over to Curvey. Curvey on the right wing into the lane area. Jed Wabney back over. Curvey wants 3 off the rim. Myron with a rebound. Got a score now at the other end. Butler has it tipped away from behind. Where are your teammates telling you he's coming? Off it'll go, right back to Jed Wabney, down the lane, lays it up in there.
Yeah, off of the big body screen of Micah Thompson, who sealed that lane off. Man, you've got to communicate. Let that guy, let Josiah know somebody's coming.
Yeah, and at the same time, I was always taught you have to know where the 5 defenders are. If there's somebody behind you, you have to realize it. In deep, Myron jump hook, that won't go. Boy, we're struggling. 19-13. Maybe that's River. Curvey into the front court. Looking into the post, wanting to go to Thompson. Gives it up on top to Holland instead. Holland goes left side. Johnson, jumper won't go. Rebound, and it's off the hands of Gilly and out of bounds.
Well, 50-50 rebound there backside. You know, the size mattered there, Scotty. They're a little taller, a little longer, and Josiah just couldn't corral that rebound, even though he had inside position.
Curvey, by the way, found his way to River Falls from Los Angeles, California somehow. Into the right corner after he inbounded. He got it right back. Jed Wabney goes left side. Hansen with it. Hansen stopped his dribble back to Curvey on the wing. Shot clock 7. Curvey with the ball in hand. Working on the dribble against Darius into the lane. Spin move. Shot blocked out of bounds.
1 second left.
It'll be River ball. Buchanan coming back in, 6:07 to go.
Yeah, they're going to get 1 second. This will have to be a quick catch. You know, and I almost thought I saw one before it shut off. This could be like a half a second almost.
So River will inbound under the basket. Curvey looking. They bounce it underneath, tipped out of bounds. Shot clock off, doesn't matter. Stevens Point basketball. Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education.
Not much you can do with a second, Scotty, other than maybe lob it up to the basket and hope to tip it towards the basket, right?
Yep, somebody's got to take the lid off here.
Well, let's get a good shot.
Butler goes right. Backs outside the arc, and everything stops into the hands of Myron. Long cross court. Gilly, Buchanan. Back to Gilly, slides inside left wing. Double clutch, it goes up. No, but a foul. Josiah will go to the line. Sure could have used the and one. But
yeah, 1 fake, 2 fakes, and 3, and he finally was able to get fouled. Great give and go. Good pass by Jake Buchanan.
And that foul called on Hunstrom. That's his second, by the way. 15. Now you need free throws. So Josiah's first, not going to go.
Boy, oh boy.
You are 50% on the night. Normally pretty good at 74.1 as a team.
Yep.
Back in will come Leifker for Hunstrom.
Doesn't it seem like the last few games, though, we've been doing a lot of
Yeah. Also back in Johnson for Curvey. 5:48 to go in the half. Point down by 6 now.
Get one out of this. It was such a good play. You got to get at least one.
Josiah's second one is good. He's got 3, and you're down by 5 at 19-14. Front court with it is Johnson off the high screen. Butler fights over it. Johnson, Hansen in deep. Leifker, an easy 2.
Yeah, beautiful feed. Just nothing we could do with the big guy. well conceived by the Falcons.
21-14. Buchanan, Gilly, back to Buchanan. Jake into the lane, down the lane, kicks it out to Butler, around to Malik, drives it into the paint, stops there, fumbled it away, picked up by River Falls.
Boy, we just got a lot of butterfingers tonight, don't we? Just not
early
strong
on
and secure with the basketball. Thought Jake might have had a little half hook and a layup that last possession.
Johnson looking at Leifger to the free throw line instead to Holland. Left side three ball off the rim, no. Tipped out of bounds.
They're going to get after
I think he just pointed the wrong direction.
No, I don't think so. I think they're going to say it was off Josiah. I thought it was at Leifger.
Yeah, Leifger reached over the top, I thought, to knock it out.
Nobody on our bench seems particularly concerned about it. So
no, that's a fact. So inbound it'll come. Holland tried to go underneath. The Leifger threw it off the backboard.
He had him
into the hands of Myron.
He had him, but his pass was a bit high.
Myron down the right side of the lane, backs his way in, jump stop, and bounces it back outside to Malik. Butler just can't get free for a shot.
No.
Gilly, Buchanan, right corner. Jake, faking. Now he'll take a long three, and he hit it.
Wow. That's okay. Good shot, but we're still struggling.
21-17, back within 4.
You know, Josiah
draws. Stop, go down, and get it.
Josiah Butler draws everybody's best defender, right?
Yep. Johnson working against Butler. Stopped his dribble over to the left wing. It'll go there. Jed Wabney against Buchanan. Down to the baseline. Lost the ball. Got it back. Must have been touched because he started dribble again. Leifger down deep off the glass. In and out. No. Rebound to Myron off the Butler. Here we go. Up the left wing. Butler stops at the arc. Spins by his man down the lane. Takes the shot. Can't hit it. Tipped it. Nope. Rebound pulled down by Hansen.
Yeah, I was trying to draw a foul that time, but didn't get it.
Johnson, top of the circle. Gilly switches on him. Over to Jed Wabney. Down deep to Leifger inside. Foul on Myron.
Well, they've got that mismatch inside, and they're going to it. Sometimes you can make the game pretty easy. Just give the big guy a chance to work block to block, clear out that lane, and let him go to work.
It will be 2 shots coming up for Jack Leifger out of Blaine, Minnesota. Already 6 points in the game.
Just a 55% free throw shooter on the year.
But of course.
Who did we have at Eau Claire the other night that was 50, and I think he might have made 11 out of 12.
Genrick, Bumgartner, Crone back in for Gilly, Butler, Abdul Wahid. 22-17. And of course he made them both.
Got them both.
You're making a lot of bad mistakes here, John, mentioning things like that. Buchanan into the front court, telling us he's a 50%er, and then he goes and knocks 2 down.
I should be telling him, I guess.
There you go. Buchanan down to the baseline, kicks it out. Bumgartner faked the 3, steps up, gives to the corner, wide open 3 ball. Got it. That's Ryan Genrick.
Finally a wide open shot. I mean, we haven't had one of those for a while.
And down by 3, as bad as you have played. Off it'll go to Leifger. I shouldn't say bad. You just can't hit any shots. Outside it'll go to Hansen. Over to the right side. Ball tipped away. It is off of River and out of bounds.
I don't know that either team is going to use this first half in their highlight.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
23-20. Point will have a chance to come down, possibly even tie the game. 3 minutes to go here. Jake into the front court with the purple shoes. Bumgartner 3, that's not close. Rebound down deep to Johnson. Front court Johnson, top of the circle. Double teamed for a moment. Got rid of it over to Holland. Left side, Reagan Merritt, who is into the game. Gives it back out on top into the lane. Another push off.
Yep.
Stopped at the free throw line. Kick out, 3 on the way, and buried that time by Holland.
Almost a set shot, kind of a push shot, but
really
boy,
was.
Nothing but net.
And nobody near him.
Yep.
26-20. So with that, you're back down by 6. In deep to Crone, bad pass, stolen away.
Yeah.
Never got it there.
No, and that pass has got to come from the floor. That's got to be a bounce pass to get there.
Quickly up it'll go. Johnson, Merritt, left side Holland, down to the corner inside to Leifger. Leifger against Crone. Back out, a quick 3 off the rim, no. Rebound and a foul on Bumgartner.
Yeah. He had the inside position, but backed under.
Oh my, just can't get a thing going. You were only down 3, now 6, and a chance to extend that thing right back out on you. Final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard, River Falls 26, Stevens Point 20.
Lifeguard has been a problem, Scotty, his size.
Yeah, and you know what? Cal's is tall.
Yep.
So you got to discount that. You got to battle him. He is a veteran, though. Inbound, Merritt from the wing, off the mark. No, Myron with a rebound.
And now they're going to get
a rebounding foul on Buchanan inside.
It's saying he was holding on the backside of Lifeguard.
And now Lifeguard goes to the line for a 1-and-1.
I don't know that call
and
was
Holland,
even,
not Lifeguard.
Yeah, I don't even know if that was involved in the play.
Here we go again with some questionable calls. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. That hurts. You would have had the ball. Now you're down 7 again. Well, it's only coming up on halftime, but struggle, struggle, struggle. Holland with 4 points and make it 5. And all of a sudden you're back down by 8. 28-20. Buchanan, right side, Bumgartner. Logan up on top. Left side, it'll go to Buchanan. Crone trying to post up. They'll get it to Cal out on the baseline. Backs his way in against Lifeguard. Spin move, nothing there. Now he'll go up anyway, scores it with a foul. Well, kind of forced it, but it worked.
Yeah, Lifeguard pleading his case, saying, hey, I was just vertical. And the official said, nope.
Lifeguard with the foul, his first.
Yeah.
28-22, Miles Coleman coming in for Stevens Point.
He's a little more physical. He'll battle you and get up there for rebounds.
You know, Logan trying to play his way back in. You can tell he hasn't really played for a couple of weeks at best.
Yeah, that last sequence defensively strange, Scotty. They got a second and a third opportunity because we got called for backing in on trying to block people out, just like you're taught, right? But that's guards going against forwards.
Exactly right. So the free throw good. Underneath it'll go, and a foul in the post. They got it in deep to Johnson, and he went to work. And the foul on Buchanan, or is it on Genrick?
I'm thinking Genrick, but
they called it on Jake. I thought he held up 3 fingers.
Yep, you're right. Johnson, a 63% shooter on the year.
Yeah, first is on the way, and he got that. They're not missing free throws.
He's their leading scorer, by the way, at 15-3 a game.
River is 7 out of 7 from the line right now.
Yep.
This one on the way, and 8 out of 8.
Yeah, for a team that
Stevens Point
shoots,
has missed 3 already.
They shoot just 64% as
down
a team.
by 7. Buchanan, Coleman starts right, gives it up in the corner to Myron. Back to Crone. Stevens Point rotating to the left side. Buchanan. Jake down to the baseline. Back to Crone outside the free throw lane. Myron down the lane, puts it up, spins out, and then out of bounds. Should be point ball. That's the way it is. I mean, Seth, a layup, and it swirls right back out on him.
He did everything to get himself freed up, right? And then was a little bit off of balance on
Minute
that
5
shot.
to go in the half. Inbound Crone in the left corner. Cal against Lifeguard trying to get by him on the baseline. Goes up and had the rebound, the layup come right back off the rim on him. Should have been an easy 2. Johnson through the lane, kicks it out on the wing. Hansen across the way. Holland in deep. Lifeguard poked away from him, out of bounds, and River ball.
17 on the shot clock.
Rock and Roll Cafe open 7 days a week from 7A to 3P. They're at Stanley in Minnesota, Stevens Point.
This is a big possession, Statty. We need to stop. Let's stop. They hit a 3 here. You're down 10.
Inbounding. They get it down on the baseline. Merritt tried to slide in. Dishes it out to the left corner inside. Poked away, picked up by Myron. Now you need a basket to close out the half. Here's Buchanan. Launches a 3. That's not going to go. And the rebound goes to Lifeguard.
Boy, I'm not sure we wanted that.
Not unless you thought you were going to get 2 opportunities.
Yeah, well, trying to get 2 for 1, right? But the clock wasn't in your favor for that.
Johnson with it now. River will hold almost to the end of the clock. There's less than a second difference. They're either going to have a 7-point lead or maybe more. Johnson working along the timeline against Miles Coleman. Step back three, off the rim, no. Put back by Holland, no. Tipped up and in.
That's going to count.
Leifger tipped it in. You got pinned down in under the basket without position, and River will take a 9-point lead into the half. River Falls 32, Stevens Point 23. We'll come back here in 1 minute. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN. And not what we had hoped for, but there's a whole 20 minutes still to go. Problem is now, John, down 9. That's not obviously an insurmountable lead, but again, you've got to climb back up the hill if you're going to. And then when you get there, you can't say, okay, we caught him, because that's when that second spurt comes and you go back down. This is not going to be easy to try to come back from 9 down at half.
No, and there's a developing theme in this season, Scotty, and it's rebounding. And we knew statistically River Falls a good rebounding team. They out-rebound their opponents by 6. An older, we're talking about kids that came back for 5th or a 6th year, right? So you're looking at older kids, but they're bigger. And, we gave up 23 rebounds in a game, offensive boards, and lost. And right now, we're getting beat on our defensive end. You've got to end defensive possessions, obviously, by rebounds. And that last possession was classic. They got 1 tip, 2 tips, and the last one went in as the scoreboard turned red. But that was clearly tip was before the half ended. So we've given up 9 offensive boards. And I'm surprised by this. Statistically, they say second chance points are 4 apiece. It just seems like they've had a lot more opportunities than that.
It does.
Certainly second possessions, third possessions. We are getting beat in the paint, 18-8. So that's the difference right now, is the bigger, stronger team inside and rebounding.
Yeah, but we got to go back to about the middle of the first half. You have a breakaway, 2-on-1, and you kind of pull up and wait for the defender. Now the defender's coming hard, in fairness to the player. I mean, it was Darius.
Yep.
But take the ball to the basket with authority. Right now, our starting 5 has done basically nothing. They do have a few points on the board, but not aggressive.
Yeah,
you were searching for that wide open look. We're not creating anything. And this is going to be a problem if you don't change that at halftime.
But the offense has been slow, no doubt about it, Scotty, and the ball's been getting stuck sometimes off the dribble. You've got to play with a little more aggressiveness, a little bit better pace offensively, move the ball more through the air with the pass. And, the other thing we're not doing well, we're not cutting. We're not cutting well at all. And when we do cut, it's sort of not full effort, right? I mean, when you make a cut, you got to go hard. You got to draw that defender with you, and you're not going to clear yourself. Let's say doing a backside cut or coming off a screen, unless you're going full speed. Not at this level. Not against WIAC teams. They're too good.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. So, some work to do. Is that fair to say?
Well, yeah, we're going to have to just come out more aggressively and find a solution to get some rebounds somehow. Somehow it seems like we've had our smaller guards and forwards under that basket envelope. They may be, running offense that way, but then the big guy, the 6'8" guy, Leichner, just shows up, and we haven't been able to go up with him.
Yeah, it's an interesting game going on right now. Again, it's halftime, but boy, you don't want to drop below 500 here and lose one on your home court. So we'll see if the Pointers can get something turned around. River Falls 32, Stevens Point 23. 90-second break. We will come back with more here at the half. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN. As our Pointer men are down by 9 at the half, 32-23. Stevens Point actually had a 7-point lead at 11-4. And then it was like the offense of Stevens Point got turned off. Maybe we need to credit River Falls there. And the Falcons just got more aggressive, and all of a sudden they're up by 9. So that's a big 16-point swing.
You know, Scotty, and we talk about, I have been talking a lot about defense and rebounding, yet on the other hand, we've only given up the Falcons 32. They average 71. We give up 70. But we've only scored 23 and came into the night as the leading, at least in conference statistics, the leading offensive team. Now, we had that 100 against Whitewater, right? So that can skew things in a hurry when you're only considering 4 games. But this has clearly been a struggle on the offensive end, despite the fact that we gave up some second, third chance shots off of rebounds and that last tip in. Where we've really struggled is on our own offensive end.
Well, that is true. And we're going to have to find a way if you want to, stay above 500 in conference play. It's a 9-point difference. As long as we have the time, why don't you run through the stats on half number 1?
That I will, Mr. Krieger. For our visitors tonight from River Falls, they finished the first half 11 of 30. That's 36%. Just 2 of 16 from behind the three-point line. We dodged a bunch of bullets there. 12.5%. Perfect 8 out of 8 from the free throw line. They had 23 boards in that first half, 9 of those on their offensive end. They had 5 assists to go with 11 turnovers, 5 steals, and 2 block shots. For our Pointers, we end that first half just 8 of 27, 29%. 3 of 12 from behind the three-point line, 25%, and 4 of 7 from the free throw line at 57%. Rebounded by 6. We had 17 boards, 7 on our offensive end. Here shows the struggle in the offense, Scotty. Just 3 assists, and you put that with 11 turnovers. And that's a glaring stat right there showing your struggles on your offensive end. We had 7 steals and a block shot. Points off turnovers, 6 each. Points down in the paint mentioned earlier, 18-8 River Falls. Second chance 4 each. Fast break points, 6-2 River Falls. Bench scoring, 9-2 Stevens Point.
All right, and scoring itself for River Falls, their big fella, Jack Leifker, the sophomore. So we get to see him a couple more years. He has 10 at the half. 9 for Zach Johnson. You have 5 for Marshall Holland, 4 for Logan Jedwabny, and 2 apiece for Noah Hansen and Garrett Honstrom. For Stevens Point, leading the way, Cal Crone, he has 5. Then you have 3 each for Seth Myron, Darius Bolden, Jake Buchanan, and Ryan Genrick, as well as Josiah Gilly. 2 for Josiah Butler, and 1 for Malik Abdul Wahid. So your 2 top scorers have a total of 3 points at the half.
That's obviously a struggle, right? 29 on the year, and you got 3 in the first half. So going to have to see if we get those guys open and correct things. I don't know, Scotty, if you can maybe come out with a little more pressure, full court even. That's not our style and something we haven't seen. But you know, my thought is, can you open this floor and make it faster and get some easy baskets?
Well, if they're
early?
bigger and maybe if you have a quickness advantage, that might work. But then again, if it doesn't, you open yourself up to giving away some pretty easy hoops.
And
right?
it's not our style, and it's not where Coach Dern wants to go. It's just another step in you know, this program's infancy. Coach has just been here for half a season, and as you mentioned, we've got a lot of freshmen. I know coaches don't like to use that excuse, but you and I have been around this league for going on 50 years, I guess. And we know how hard it is for freshmen to break into this league and play, let alone, you know, to have a bunch of them on the floor at once against bigger, stronger seniors. That's such a difference between a 22, 23-year-old and an 18-year-old.
And we're in the middle, almost to the end of semester break.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've had basically 3 weeks of, I don't want to call it no structure, but you haven't had to go to class, so you come to practice, you do a little extra film, you do a little extra basketball drilling, but otherwise you're kind of off on your own, and that's a tough time even when you get to be juniors and seniors. They know how to handle it, they've been through it. You get a bunch of young guys, and we're not sure, I'm not saying they're goofing around by any stretch, but that's a tough thing to handle all that free time and not get lethargic, and maybe that's a little bit of what we're seeing here.
You know, they're just kids at the end of the day that were in high school not too long ago. And
kind of like us.
Yeah, I wish. How quickly,
well, we were kids once.
Yeah,
that I
how
recall.
quickly it goes by, right? But I don't want to make excuses for them either, because, you know.
But you got to tell the truth.
But there's growing pains with a bunch of young guys on the floor. And, you know, I always go back to one of them, well, you know, my favorite coach of all times. Well, maybe John Wooden, but Al McGuire might probably be a step above good old John Wooden. But Al McGuire always said the best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, that was in the old days when they stayed in your school.
Yeah.
Now we don't know.
And I'm not even sure freshmen got to play back in those days.
Yeah, back then.
You couldn't even dunk. You may remember you couldn't dunk. Can you imagine those UCLA teams with Walden and Kareem and, well, Lou Alcindor at the time, and they had to use the backboard.
Yeah, that's a fact. 32-23, and let's run down other scores. First, let's go through the women's scores, all at the half. Stout trailing Eau Claire, 64-51. Oshkosh up on La Crosse by 1, 29-28. It is Platteville 27, Whitewater 21. And our Pointer women leading at the half, 31-23. For the men, by the way, Eau Claire and Stout, they always play theirs a doubleheader.
Yep.
Today they're both over in Menominee, so the men have not started. The women began at 6, I believe. They're probably done by now. At the half, La Crosse 38, Oshkosh 35. And at the half in Whitewater, Platteville 41, Warhawks 29.
That doesn't surprise me. Whitewater is kind of struggling right now, but defensively they did not play well when they were here. We'll just say that. And our Giannis-less Bucks, Scotty, are only down 30.
All right, so they're right in there.
Make it 32.
32-23. We'll take a 1-minute break and start the second half. Pointers basketball, WPCN. And Stevens Point has to beat River in the second half by at least 10.
That's a fact, Scotty. You know, and I don't want to discount maybe, looking through our eyes at our team, that's how you evaluate a game, right? Because you know the pointers. I don't want to discount the effort that River Falls put out on this.
I don't think so.
I mean, a lot of this has been River Falls. This is and we mentioned, this is a good basketball team.
And a veteran team.
And they have made us look not so good on our offensive end. And it's, as much as we've been talking about bad offense, let's give credit where credit is due. River Falls has been really good.
All right, River will have the ball and a 9-point lead. Both teams with the same 5 out on the floor to start it off, and here we go. River Falls with ball in the hand of Zach Johnson. Gives it up at the top of the circle. Leifger back to Johnson, got by Butler inside, swatted away by Malik. Butler couldn't handle it out of bounds.
He maybe swatted that harder than he needed to. If he had just blocked that easily, it would have come right back to Butler. But that was like a volleyball spike.
Johnson will inbound.
Oh, boy.
He bounces it right underneath the basket. Double team back over to Johnson. Stolen away by Butler.
There's a break.
Yep. Josiah front court, goes left wing, gives it up there to Malik. He takes it to the free throw lane. Early on, seemed was a little more active anyway. Myron, left corner. Butler can't get a shot off. Butler wanted to go into the post, sends it out smooth at the top of the circle. Down the right side of the lane, into the corner. Fake the 3, step up. 17-footer, good for Myron.
Yeah, that shot was going to get blocked if he shot it initially. Good job of ducking under the flying defender.
32-25. Out on the right side, Jed Wabney. They'll swing it around to Hansen. Left side, Johnson. Spin move. Off to Leifger, running baseline, and a block on Malik. That was really close to getting there on time.
Boy, those are hard calls for an official.
And somehow it always seems to go against your favorite guy.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Johnson will inbound for River. That's the second on Malik. It comes on the floor to Holland. Back around Johnson. Butler guarding there. Gets by Josiah down to the baseline. Gives it back to Leifger. Johnson gets it right back. Spins by Butler. Baseline fadeaway jumper. Off the mark. Malik with a rebound.
Good defense by
get it off to Butler.
Sorry, good defense by Josiah Butler there.
Butler brings it up right wing. Chance to get a little bit closer. It'll go to the right corner to Smooth. Holds it there against Holland. Sends it up to Crone. Swing it over to Butler on the left side. Johnson staying right there. And an offensive screening foul again.
Cal Crone down in the paint. He's looking at our bench with a puzzled look on his face like, I did?
Boy, those things off the ball are hard to take.
Got a chance to grab a little momentum quick and
then boom. It'll go to Leifger, left side of the lane to the free throw line. Dishes back out on top into the right corner. Jed Wabney almost stolen by Darius. Now he's open. Now drives the baseline. Got inside. Knocked Darius down. Reverse layup. No. Rebound Myron.
Well, we
got a break, I guess.
Well, we did defend the shot and then forced the miss, the overlay.
Myron up the right wing. Gives it up to Crone to Butler. Butler pulls up. Back to Crone. 15-footer. Got it.
Yep. Free throw.
Cal's a good free thrower, and that was exactly a free throw. All right, 32-27. Johnson with it. High right corner, starts his dribble. Off the high screen that time from Hansen. Almost lost it. Pinned down, kick it left side, wide open. 3 ball and buried by Holland. Yeah. Nobody near him.
Well, we doubled and went after that ball off the high ball screen, and that left an open shooter.
35-27, so you've cut 1 point off the lead. Butler off to Malik. Smooth to the free throw line, down the lane against Holland. Jump hook blocked by Holland. Picked up on the wing here by Hansen, front court. Stops, pops the 3, and that one off the rim. Crone with a rebound. Cal will get it back to Darius. Point will push into the front court. Left side down to the basket. Darius caught the corner and throws it away.
Right out of bounds, almost into the upper deck.
Well, tried to do too much.
Yep.
35-27, 17 minutes exactly. Tricor Insurance, dedicated to helping our clients, employees, and communities succeed. Offices statewide, including Stevens Point, Marshfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. Jed Wabney into the lane. Got a little shoulder bump against Crone. Picked up, throw it to the corner. With it here is Johnson. Back over into the right corner. Holland in deep on the post. Leifker, no foul call.
On Cal Crone.
Wow. This is
a
struggle.
3 team fouls to 0. That's his third.
Yeah.
And we do not have a lot of depth, at least in terms of size, in our post.
Going to come back with Josiah Gilly.
Something we're looking for in this next recruiting class, but right now we don't have a lot of depth.
Leifker got it to drop. He's 3 out of 3 from the line, has 11 points in the game. Came in averaging 13-5.
Yep, he came in with having made 32 of 58 free throws, and he's perfect tonight.
Yep. The second one is on the way and missed that one. Genrick with it. You're down by 9 once again. You had gotten the first 4 of the second half, had a chance to extend even farther.
Yeah, ironically, we got the first 4 of the game.
Gilly, Genrick, and
right
he throws it away. Wow. I mean, that was a straight line pass, and he just threw it wide.
So our last 2 possessions have gone into the bleachers.
Yeah. Well, trying to get the fans involved, John.
Yeah. Well, those are just unforced errors.
Yeah, I mean, Johnson down on the block. Leifker pinned down by Gilly. Lobs it back on the perimeter. Jed Wabney into the hands here of Hansen. Hansen lobs. Leifker off his hand. Saved back to Hansen. Jed Wabney down the lane, bumps into Genrick. Fadeaway jumper off the rim, no. Rebound, Genrick. Wow. Good hustle by Ryan to go get that.
I didn't think anybody was going to go get it for a moment.
Genrick over to Butler. Can we get him going? Gilly on the wing. In deep on the post. Double team comes. Goes up, can't hit it. Rebound, Leifker.
I tried to get it over to big guy. Just couldn't get it up there.
So 36-27, River just hanging on to that 9-point lead. Foul. Down the lane, no foul. Leifker put back, and there's a foul.
I thought there was one on the first attack.
Me too.
We're going to get a media.
And Myron, the foul called on.
Yep.
36-27, right where you started the half, and the media timeout. 15:31 to go. River Falls right now controlling this game. 36-27. We're back in 30 seconds. UW Stevens Point basketball, WPCN. Score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard shows River Falls 36, Stevens Point 27. The Pointers' favorite sports bar and grill, The final score, Sports Bar and Grill, making your favorite games with amazing food and drinks.
You know, Scott, if you had told me River Falls would be 12 of 37 at this juncture and 3 of 18 from behind the arc and would have 6 assists to 12 turnovers, I would say, hey, we'd be in pretty good shape. But they're a free throw away from going to a double-digit lead here.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Just this is arguably the most difficult game to watch, maybe on the season for Stevens Point.
Certainly before Christmas, you'd have to go back to see this, right?
Leifker makes good on the free throw.
And they finally get to double digits.
37-27. Still plenty of time, but
at this point,
you're going to have to start something.
At this point, you're wondering if the Pointers are going to get to 50.
Well, you're right. 38-27, down 11. Butler up to Myron. Seth holds it and gives it across the way. Butler. Gilly sets the screen. Back to Gilly. Drives inside and a block.
Yeah.
Josiah will go to the line here. He'll get 2. He is 1 out of 2 from the line so far. 38-27. That foul, by the way, on Jed Wabney.
Jed Wabney was there, but he really wasn't square. He didn't have good position. Hence, he got the call.
First free throw rattles around and drops in. Josiah Gilly with 4 points in the game. Well, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to start that comeback pretty soon. You can't wait to the final 5 minutes here. 38-28. Chance to cut it inside double digits if Josiah can hit the second, and he does.
Got the roll. Well,
38-29. Going to have to do it defensively now. Into the front court with it is Johnson. Butler has him, gives it Jed Wabney on the sideline. Working against Genrick. Ryan back in there. Off it'll go. Holland. Top of the circle. Johnson, he did walk.
He did.
Out to Jed Wabney into Leifker. Lost it on the floor. Gilly had it and lost it out of bounds.
That's a couple times tonight. Josiah's had a ball in front of him, and almost as if he was too much in a hurry to get
excited
the ball.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like I got to get it instead of he could have taken actually all the time he wanted. He was the only one that's going to get that ball.
That leaves 8 on the shot clock. They inbound it. Leifker on the wing, hands it off here. Hansen works by Myron, a runner down the lane, no good. Rebound. River Falls again, inside, tipped out of bounds. Oh, you did all that and give him another 20 seconds.
You got him to shoot a tough shot at the buzzer.
And didn't rebound.
Again, possessions don't end until you rebound.
Yep. It did come out long, in fairness.
It did, but
Johnson, the inbounder, Leifker against Gilly, trying to work him into the post, kick out.
Long.
Johnson wants 3, and he got it.
That was a long one.
That kills you.
Good.
After all that.
Yep. Second chance
and now
opportunities.
You're down by 12, 41-29.
An insecure rebound after a good possession.
Butler off the Gilly screen. Nothing there. Gilly down on the baseline. Trying to work inside against Leifker. Got in deep, goes up right hand and scores it.
Well, that was all Josiah Gilly, just one-on-one.
41-31. Johnson front court. Pass to the high post to Leifker. Looked at a cutter, goes back to Johnson on the wing, gets by his man. Back to Leifker, rolls to the lane, blocked away, picked up by Myron. I don't know if Malik or Seth got the block, but here you go.
I think they were
Left
both
side
there.
Butler, he passed up a 3. Gilly on the baseline, now lost his dribble. Back to Butler. Butler off the screen, pulls up, 16-footer, got it.
Well,
maybe a little run, 41-33.
Need another
Defense
stop.
started that one.
Yep.
Johnson front court, left side, it'll go to Holland. Holland down deep, they got inside, you weren't looking, and Hansen easy.
Seth was
Turned
not
his back.
looking, he turned his head and had no idea that ball was coming.
Genrick back down by 10. Ryan wanting to go to Butler. He'll get it. Top of the circle, free throw line, down the lane, kick out Genrick, nothing. Spin move down the lane, off the glass, too strong. Leifker with the rebound. Here comes River again. Johnson up the right wing against Myron. Works dribble, backs it away down to the baseline. Leifker got by his man, missed the dunk. had the rebound, lost it. Butler tried to save it, and out of bounds off of Stevens Point.
That's a case where Leifker Scotty might have been in between thinking, should I go off glass or should I dunk it? I think at the last minute he decided he was going to dunk it, and just never got up quite high enough.
Curvey and Hanstrom in for River. They hang on to a 10-point lead.
I never had that problem.
No, me neither.
That kind of indecision.
Curvey inbounds. Holland left corner in deep.
Oh, boy.
Hanstrom back to Holland
Dead
and
ball.
a crotched ball.
That'll go to us because
Yep. That's a jump ball.
that's a dead ball.
Pointers will get the ball back here. All right, come down and score. Some have to get Butler going here. Myron into the front court. Have to get everybody going. Bounce past Gilly, right side. Josiah backs in against Hunstrom. Pin down, goes up, and missed the bunny.
Well,
Hunstrom with a rebound.
good play, good move, just didn't finish.
Curvey off the Hunstrom screen. Curvey, the big load, takes it into the lane, down the lane, and gets the layup.
Just kind of went in there like a fullback through an offensive line and got the two.
Back down by 12. Butler down to the corner, left corner. Back out, Gilly. Myron starts left. Step back, into the lane, down the lane. Trying to make something happen, throws it away. It'll go to the backcourt, over and back.
How many
just out of sync.
How many of those have we seen?
Dallas Cowboys on the basketball
floor. You know
floor.
what? You're not. I thought of that earlier. That analogy, that comparison.
11:59 to go. Well,
yes.
credit River.
Yeah.
They've come in and they are just taking it to you because, well, bigger, stronger bodies, better confidence maybe. Curvey, getting a little push off. Then they rub Butler off on the screen, got hooked up with Hunstrom. Left side, Jed Wobney off the rim, long rebound, Hunstrom. Out to Curvey for an open three, and he hits it. That's where you get a rebound over the top of your shorter guys.
You're going to need a timeout here, I think.
And now you are down by 15 and in danger of this one totally getting away. 48-33 timeout, Stevens Point. We'll take the minute break and come right back. UW Stevens Point basketball, WPCN. .33 to go in the basketball game, and River with its largest lead at 48-33.
Scotty, 5 in a row by Tyler Curvey, the senior, out of, as you said earlier, Los Angeles, California. Apparently, he wanted to see what winter was like.
Yeah.
By way of Scottsdale Community College, I should add.
Well, it doesn't matter where the players come from as long as you get some that can play. Genrick into the front court.
Off the
and
bench.
Stevens Point has plenty of those, by the way. Genrick down to the baseline, slides in, nowhere to go, and threw the ball away. You get in so deep, and then there is just nowhere to go. Shane Targent into the game for Point. Up on top, they leave Hansen all alone, spins the three ball out. Rebound Bumgartner back to Genrick. Genrick, Crone, top of the circle. Gives it off to Targent. Shane back to Crone on the wing, right back to Targent. Looked inside, bounces it. Crone in the lane, tries to get by Horn and banks it in. Do we get the basket or not?
We're going to get a basket and a foul.
With the foul, Cal with the lay-in.
Well, you still have time.
You do.
You're down either 12 or 13. But you just can't keep throwing the ball to spots where there's no one. We've had how many possessions where we've just thrown balls to the bleachers?
Yep. Well, now you need the free throw, of course. Could get you back within 12 if you hit this one.
You just thinking, wondering if you can catch fire in the last 10 minutes.
The free throw. Off the Leifger. And you're down 48-35.
We've had yet to have
you gotta believe
a spurt of really good basketball, have we?
No, we have not. Johnson with it against Tarjan, top of the circle. Gives to the corner. Holland, who has hit a couple of big shots. As John mentioned before, kind of a set shot in reality. Reek with it, down low, stolen away by Bolden. Back out, it'll come to Malik. Malik into the front court, gives it back on the wing to Bolden. Down deep to the corner to Crone, pulls up at the left elbow. Back on the wing, it'll go to Bumgartner. Logan backing his way in, spin move, can't get a shot up. Now works inside and scores.
Well, good patience by Logan.
All right, down by 11. Johnson, front court, left wing. Holland with it out on top. Got it to Hansen. Hansen got in the lane. Back to Holland. That set shot on the way, and he hits it over Bumgartner.
Wow.
He's got 3 threes and 11 points.
6'7", too. He's got good size out of Coon Rapids.
Tarjan with it for point. Off to Malik. Free throw line. Double team comes. Gets rid of it to Crone. Malik doesn't want to shoot it from 15 tonight. Unusual. Down the lane, Crone gives back on the perimeter. This is Bolden. Crone sets the screen. Darius lifts the 15-footer. Air-mailed it and saved by River Falls. You're down 14. Here comes Johnson all the way down the lane. Kicks to the corner. Open three off the rim. Who's going to get the rebound? Tarjan works it up. Goes to Bolden. Stops. Doesn't take the three. Down to the corner. Looks in. Bumgartner goes up. Scores it with the left hand.
Well, good look by Darius.
Don't give up, 51-39.
But you're in the stage where you just can't trade baskets.
Johnson, Holland, left side. In deep, ball tipped away. Stevens Point with the loose ball. Bolden into the front court. Gives it up to Malik on the wing. Spots up for three. Off the rim, no. And the rebound to Johnson.
That would have been a big shot.
It would have. Johnson brings it quickly back. All the way down to the basket. Draws the foul and scores.
I think that'll be foul number 4 on Cal Crone.
You just didn't get back.
Nope.
And Johnson saw that, being the veteran that he is, and he took it and went to the rack.
Yep, you just can't take a play off at this level.
That'll be, as John said, 4 on Cal Crone. So Johnson goes to the line where he is 4 of 4 on the night. Misses that one, but Holland gets the rebound.
Boy, how many times do we see
Out
that?
to Johnson, 3, that's not going to go. Darius with the rebound. Bolden will bring it up. He takes it into the lane, down the lane, off the glass, in and out.
Of course.
Boy, halfway down and came back out, and Johnson brings it back. Wow.
We're going to start using some clock here.
8:20 to go in the ball game. River definitely in control. Up on top, Holland into the corner. It'll go right side to Reek. Down deep, and the shot put up and in by Leifger.
He's got a quick release. Once he decides to go, he shoots it on the way up almost.
And now a 16-point lead. 55-39, River Falls. 8:05 to go. Point takes another timeout. We'll take that break, a 30, and we'll come right back. Stevens Point basketball, WPCN.
Well, and we've taken our fans out of the game.
Yeah.
We were talking about going out on the road and taking the fans out of the game. Well, River Falls has certainly done that here. We have a very quiet and unenthused crowd, to say the least.
Well,
But we haven't
rightly
given them
so, for
anything
the fans' sake.
to get it very enthused about, right? I mean, River Falls has just been the better team for the entire, well, at this point, 32 minutes.
Yeah. All right, Butler will be the inbounder here. Whitewater has come back to within 7 of Platteville on the men's side. Darius Bolden off the Malik screen, takes it down to the left baseline, back to Abdul Wahid. Butler will lift 3. That's not going to go. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it'll go back to River Falls.
That was the first really good shot we've given Josiah Butler.
Yep. 7:50 to go, and a 16-point deficit.
And here comes a 1-3-1 trap.
Yep. See if that works at all. Holland outside, back over to Johnson on the wing. Kicks it out, and River is going to call the timeout to figure out, okay, how are we going to go against this now?
Just want to be sure at this point
That's
in the game.
their first timeout. They'll have 5 left. Stevens Point down to 2 for what that is worth. This is a 30. We're going to stay right here. 7:36 remaining in the ball game. Stevens Point will be back at home on Saturday with the Oshkosh Titans coming into town. And they will be hungry, to say the least. Well, I'll check on that. They were down at the half by a few. That was a close game over in Titanville. So 55-39 here. And it is a 9-point Platteville lead down in in Whitewater. Oshkosh trailing Lacrosse by 5. Just about the same time frame that we have here.
Well, the Wild, that's almost over and back.
Yeah, it was very close, but he didn't touch the ball until he jumped into the back. So with it, into the front court underneath the Leifker, and an easy to Malik. Just let him get right by him.
Yeah, I think whatever they said at the timeout worked pretty well.
Yeah. Abdul Wahid sends it over to Bolden. Kick to the corner, open 3, Myron in and out, no. Bumgartner trying for the rebound, gets it over to Bolden, backs it out on the wing, goes across the way, and his bad pass stolen away again.
Oh, beautiful.
On ahead, down the lane, in on a layup that time, barely to Jacob Butler.
Well, this one is getting ugly.
Yeah. 20-point River Falls lead, 6:49 to go. We'll hang tough, but it's not looking good. Butler over to Abdul Wahid. Didn't see this one coming, in all honesty. Into the corner, it'll go to Bolden. He'll try the 3 and got one. Only his second basket of the game. And it is 59-42. It's all up to defense if you're going to get back into this thing. Leifker, Johnson, working against Butler at the arc, back to Leifker against Malik, down low, and a foul.
You probably heard in the background that the Pointers wanted to travel on that, and I agree with our bench. Leifker spun around Scotty before he put the ball on the floor. That wasn't a drop step. He just simply did a pirouette.
6:11 to go, and Leifker, who came in as a 50% shooter, misses the front end. Buchanan in for Bumgartner right now.
Those are the calls that can be frustrating, Scotty, as a coach. That's an easy call. That was an easy travel call. And some of these young guys just maybe don't have enough experience yet. Of course, I was talking about that the other day, my opinion, that we're seeing it at all levels. We got so few officials. We're in huge need of officials at every level. That perhaps some people are moving up maybe sooner than they ordinarily would.
I think these
guys have done a fine
job.
Don't get me wrong, but no, not at all.
Leifker's second is good.
But that's a call you'd like to see him make every time.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know any
18-point lead.
I don't know any basketball official that's ever got done and said I had a perfect game.
No.
It is a hard
really
thing to officiate. It really is.
Buchanan on the wing. A lot of moving bodies and contact, and you got to keep feet set, and Butler backs his way all the way down, and then does he draw the foul? I guess so.
He did, and it's gotten so physical, Scott.
Yeah, it has.
The game, you know, when we played, was more finesse, right?
Yeah, it was.
We were talking about you couldn't even dunk the ball in my day. We had fan-shaped glass boards. These big square ones didn't come in yet, but in that time, it's gotten so much more physical. The players are bigger, stronger.
Butler's free throw good. He has 5 points in the game.
Yeah, good job.
Averages 16-1.
And River Falls saw the scout. I mean, they knew they had to take his offense away, and they've done it.
And he missed the second. Myron tried to tip the rebound out, but Holland gathered it in. Gets it to Johnson. He'll bring it up against Bolden. You're down 17. Out on the left side, it'll go there. Hansen with the dribble. Ooh, almost dragged that pivot foot. In deep, it'll go. Hunstrom back out on the wing to Johnson. Trying to get by Bolden. Kicks it out. Hansen fakes the 3. Steps around. Launches no. Bolden rebounds. 5.5 minutes. Can you run it out quick? Butler at the arc against Jed Wabney. Into the lane, down the lane. Takes it off the glass. No. And a little out of control, in all honesty.
And now the clock is, you know, our opponent more than anything.
Yeah, I would agree. Johnson, free throw line. Darius nearly stole it. Over, it'll go on the wing. Back on top, Hunstrom. Hunstrom, left-hand dribble. Gives it back to Johnson. He always has it in his hands.
Short.
Launches way short. Tipped around. Buchanan rebound. Lead feed. Malik down the lane, and he will send one down.
And finally,
right,
the fans have
lead.
something to cheer about.
15-point lead for River.
Yep.
4:47 to go. Front court, River wants a timeout.
Yep.
4:43 to go. They're like, we can't let this get going here. And so a good timeout by Coach Burkhoff, who has, well, been around. 4:43 to go.
18 years.
18. Wow.
That's something? Does it seem like it
18.
just started?
You remember when Coach Burkhoff came in, you go, okay, nice young coach.
Yeah.
And you keep thinking, okay, nice young coach. Well, compared to you and I, he is a young coach.
Yeah.
But with that being said, wow,
18
is all
years.
we need to say.
We remember
4:43
when he came in.
Yep, sure do.
He's a fine coach.
He is.
He's done good
There's so
things.
many good coaches in our league.
Yep. I know his record is 229 and 214.
Yeah.
But he's a fine coach. He's done really, I think, a good job at River Falls. They're lucky to have him.
Yeah. And, of course, they lived through the Carges and now into the new Don Page Center. And
what a beautiful
wow,
facility.
what a facility.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Arguably
facility.
the best in our league. It looks the nicest. I don't know playing-wise for the players what they would have to say about the floor, etc. Pointer women all of a sudden down 2 inside 2 minutes to go in their game.
Well, it's
So-
always something. You know, it'll be interesting to see what the Eau Claire new facility is like. I'm guessing that's going to be something.
Yeah, one would guess
From what we hear, anyhow, right?
top notch. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you. Dine in, carry out, delivery. Open daily at 11.
Well, they drew up an easy play the last time they took the timeout, but they got a bucket to the big guy inside. Let's see what they draw up here.
All right. River inbounding off the left sideline. And they finally get it in to Hunstrom. Back into the hands of Johnson. Shot clock at 19. Works dribble against Darius. Butler stepped out to help defensively into the corner. Holland, that set shot way short. Rebound, Cal Crone. They'll come down and get a 3 here. Darius Bolden, Buchanan back to Darius, runs baseline, got
And
caught
he
and
did it
throws
again.
it away again.
Wow.
What is that?
Same spot, Scott.
What is that? Jed Wabney to the hoop, lays it up and in.
Man, you cannot be that loose with the basketball. And what he's doing also, Scott, is he's leaving his feet and then has no place to go.
Well, that's the killer right there.
You cannot do that.
Yeah, and he's done that multiple times tonight.
Same spot.
Totally out of character. Bounce pass that didn't get there. Comes right back to Buchanan. Out to Darius. Wants 3. Got it.
Well,
Verhagen getting set to come in for him, though. You can't turn the ball over.
No.
62-48. 3:45 to go. Holland left wing. On top, Hunstrom. Over to the right side, Jed Wabney. Off-ball foul. Offensive. They finally are going to get an off-ball foul. They called it on Johnson, but I don't think that's the finger Hansen. I thought he held up 20 24, and I'm like, there isn't a 24.
No, I'm looking for the number he held up, and it was on Hans. Who did they get it on, Hansen?
14. Yeah.
14.
62-48. Well, come down, hit a triple. You're within 11. Anything could still happen. Butler into the front court, bounces it off to Crone, right back to Josiah, down on the block, works inside, goes up, can't get it to go, tipped out long, Buchanan. Jake, top of the circle, Logan, Baumgartner, three buried.
Well, and we get the quick timeout,
Yep.
1 to go.
You're only down 11, 3:20 to go in the game. If you can do it at the defensive end, and that's where it'll have to get done, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to count possessions. 30 divided by 3 minutes. That's 6-7 possessions. I mean, if everybody's using 30, and obviously we're not going to use 30, so there is not a whole lot of possessions left. You got to believe River Falls still wants to use clock here. I don't think they're going to be in any hurry. They don't want to get up and down now when we need possessions, right?
Yeah, in fact. Final Score Sports Bar and Grill. Watch your favorite teams. Enjoy the daily food and drink specials. Final score, second to Maria, Stevens Point, River Falls 62, Stevens Point 51. Right back here on Saturday for the men, a 5 o'clock game, so you can come, take in the pointers, and get home in time to watch the Pack Attack on Saturday night. Tomorrow night, Pacelli girls basketball. Saturday, Spash boys basketball. All here on WPC.
Tis the season, right?
Tis the season to be jolly.
Are the Vikings and Cowboys playing this week?
No, they're not.
They're not?
No, only the pro teams are playing.
Gotcha.
River will inbound here, up by 11. Well, they're still fighting.
They are. Yep, they haven't quit.
Hansen will inbound for River Falls. Gets it on the floor to Johnson. Tarjan in there for defensive purposes right now. Into the front court. Shane Tarjan working left. Gives it up on top. Hansen, skip pass left corner. Holland. Holland back to Johnson. 12 on the shot clock. Trying to get by Tarjan. Ball poked away. Loose, out of bounds. Pointer ball.
Yep, it is. We doubled.
Good effort.
We doubled Johnson that time. They had that screen up high on the wing, and we both defenders went to the ball.
Offensive defensive substitution. Buchanan back in. Butler works off the Baumgartner screen, heads left, bounces it off to Verhagen into the lane, kick out. Buchanan three, no. Rebound, Hansen.
Big shot if it had gone.
Look.
Yep.
It'll come up in the hands of Johnson into the front court. 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. A lot of dribble in that high right corner off the screen. Cal came out, tried to get a steal. Holland into the corner. Hansen back to Holland. Shot clock down to 10 now. Right side Hansen got it in deep, and an easy 2 to life.
That's a great possession if you're a River Falls fan. I tell you, you used 28 seconds and got a layup. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Verhagen on the wing, leaves it off for Butler. Josiah to the elbow, gives it off down low. Cal Crone works in, off the rim, Hansen boards.
Foul.
And a foul.
Yep.
And this one is over, I hate to say.
Yeah, and they're going to go down and shoot a bonus here. Mr. Noah Hansen, fine player from Eau Claire.
It'll be disappointing, but you live with the growing pains here, and it's still not going to give up. This squad is going to battle you.
Yep.
It's just you had a night, way too many turnovers. You know that.
Trying to find their way, right? Noah, great free throw shooter, by the way, 82%.
Front end of the 1-and-1 here. Team foul 7, and he made it.
Comes from a city that's had a couple good players over the centuries. Eau Claire.
I'd say.
They've been a while, though, since the Memorial and North. You follow high school more than I do, Scotty. Has it been a while for Eau Claire teams?
Memorial's been pretty good for the last few years. They've had a pretty good run of young players. Hansen made them both. The lead grows back to 15 at 66-51.
I think the day is over for Mr. Leifker. They're going to go with free throw shooters now.
Yep. Bounce pass off to Crone. Gives back to Butler. Josiah just really never seemed to get into the game. attacks off the wing, tried to pass to the corner, and again, that pass to the corner is not there.
How many times have we've gone to the baseline? You know, often this year we've been able to go to the baseline and then throw across, but there are teams defensively that will push you to the baseline and then drop to the baseline just so that pass isn't there. And it's obvious that River Falls defense is set across that baseline. I don't know how many times now we've drove baseline, left our feet thinking we're going to throw across or throw out, and they just took every one of those lanes away.
Logan Baumgartner, by the way, with a foul. Hansen goes back to the line and makes the first.
Yep, he'll have the ball in his hands for the last 142, right?
It isn't going to matter.
No,
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't know if you want to foul Scotty.
Down by 16 with a minute 41. Blake Courts.
We just never made a run in the second half, did we?
The game. Well, you got the first four, and you thought, okay, here you go, and then bang, bang, they got the next four, and it was kind of like, well, we're back to where we started. Second free throw good.
Yeah, they just have been the better basketball team, undoubtedly.
Verhagen, top of the circle, off to Genrich. Over, it'll come to Tarjan. Kick out, Verhagen wants a three off the rim. No, long rebound into the corner. It'll go there to Johnson. He'll bring it up against Tarjan. And Stevens Point's going to drop to 2 and 3 in the conference. And have Oshkosh coming in here on Saturday night. It'll go up on top, a minute 18 to go. Let's give credit to River. They came in, they knew what they wanted to do, and, well, they did it, quite frankly. Johnson, nice pass inside. Layup is good. And I'm trying to see who even scored that. Oh, it was Hunstrom.
Well, and, you know, once
70
again,
to 51.
It's a senior team.
Yeah. Well, older, not all seniors.
Not all seniors, but older.
Courts into the corner to Tarjan. Back out on top. Three ball off the rim. Rebound fought for, poked around. Courts tips it out. Verhagen three. That's a little short. Rebound underneath. Will go to Holland.
No need to
Gonna
foul.
call off the fouls. River's going to get a quick rolling timeout.
They're going to roll in some subs.
Did he? He didn't call a technical there, did he?
Oh, he did. On who?
I don't know, and I don't know why.
But he did call it technical.
Yeah, I thought he showed technical, and I don't know why. I know whoever had the ball, and I apologize, kind of slammed it on the floor, but I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't a big to-do.
I think they're saying something from Marshall Holland because they showed
Did he say something?
I don't know. I don't know if he was a little too enthusiastic and going off the floor. If they thought that was unsportsmanlike, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Slamming the ball on our floor, but, you know.
It is what it is.
I don't know. I was kind of watching that whole thing.
I did hear the ball and saw it right in front of us. So they are going to get a technical on Holland, and we're gonna
get some free throws, and then it'll go back to River Falls.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna get
into the game. Will come Jackson Smith, the freshman out of Rhinelander. Courts is out there. AJ Utek gets into the game here. Shane Tarjan will shoot.
Who knows what happened there? But
first free throw, not going to go. Kind of the way it's been here tonight.
Yep.
Shane averaging 0.7 points per game. That was his chance to get a couple of points there.
Yeah.
Nick DeLuca, a junior, into the game for River. Just trying to see Elijah Smith into the game. Tarjan makes one out of the two.
Yep. So whatever happened, Scotty, maybe unsportsmanlike. It was certainly nothing particularly flagrant.
Mason Anderson in for River. He will be the inbounder here. Robert Olson in. They got it on the floor to DeLuca. Over the top into the front court. Running with it here is Renta. He'll get it back to DeLuca. Down to 28 seconds to go. Sliding inside, kick out. Three on the way, off the rim. Rebound, Utek. AJ will bring it up for point off to Tarjan. Left wing, it'll go there. They leave Smith open. Three ball buried.
Well, there you go.
Jackson Smith hits the three. 70-55, 14 seconds to go in the ball game. Inbound off, it'll go into the front court. Anderson foul. A little contact on what, Corks?
Yeah, Targent.
Yep.
And Shane looked at the bench with a wry smile going, I know I shouldn't have fouled there. He certainly
didn't intend to.
No, not at all.
It's just running and
the wrong place at the right time. Or is that the wrong place at the right time or the wrong place at the wrong time?
Either way, it was wrong. So Anderson makes the free throw. This will be a hard one to swallow, in all honesty. You get the home court. You need the home court wins. That's what we talked about. And you're going to lose, and you're going to lose by a lot, not a little.
You kind of got taken to the woodshed
you
tonight.
did. Targin back out. Verhagen pull up, 15-footer, no foul. So Verhagen will go to the line for 2 here.
Nick DeLuca, the junior out of Apple Valley, made that foul for the Falcons.
And that'll be DeLuca's first. Verhagen gets his first pointer point. Casey, the freshman transfer in out of Northern Michigan from Sheboygan Lutheran. He left the second free throw short, however. UTEC had the rebound and then slid out of bounds with it. It'll go to River with 0.3 seconds to go.
Good hustle by the freshman out of Columbus.
So River Falls comes in and wins here on the Pointers home floor. Your final, River Falls 72, our Pointers 56. That might be about the lowest output of the season. Pointers drop one here today on the home floor by 16 to the Falcons, who now are 10-6 on the year, 4-1 in the league. Stevens Point 8-8 on the year, 2-3 in conference play. We'll take a 2-minute break and return. UW Stevens Point men's basketball, WPCN.